guys. So today I'm going to cover 3 things that I see in the gym all the time that should not be happening. Alright? So one thing I see is people doing deadlifts or squats, and then they go to pick up the weight and they bend over and they hunch down, and then they pick up the weight, then they pick it up, then they do a squat, right? And they do it properly. Every time, see, I'm bringing my hips down, keeping my back straight, dropping the weight. Every time you go to pick up a weight, do a squat. Use your legs. Never use your back to pick up a weight. Even if it's in between sets, right? Because as soon as you pick up that weight, you're putting pressure on your back if you're doing it wrong, right? So whenever you go to pick up a weight, you can get down into a squat to pick it up, right? Press through, bring it up, weight over here. You can bring your back leg and then pendulum drop it if it's light enough. If it's heavy, then you're going to need to use both legs to bring the weight down. Now I see people doing single curls, double curls. It doesn't really matter. What matters is that you're activating your core while you're doing it, and you're not doing this, okay? How many people do you see with 30 pounds bringing their elbows up to just try and get that up, when really they should keep their elbows pinned at their side, breathing out and bringing it up without bringing their elbows forward and without their shoulders rolling forward, keeping your shoulders back, keeping your elbows pinned at your sides. Last but not least, your wrist flexion, right? So we don't want to be like this. You see that? We want it nice and straight so your hands are in line with your wrists. Nice and flat, nice and straight, so you could put a ball on top of your wrist and it wouldn't roll off fast. So you're like that. Breathing out, shoulders back, and then bring it up, right? That's for bicep. If you're doing something like this, right, you're using your upper deltoids and your shoulder muscles, and then you're doing some kind of weird press. And that's not what the curl is, obviously. So that's the second one. The last one I see is when people do planks. Also when people do seated row. Your back, also during squats. You do not want to overextend your lower lumbar. So a lot of times what I see is people get into a squat. So they'll get down here and then they'll just bend out, right? And you get this lumbar curve. And instead of transferring the weight to your legs, all that weight is being put on your lumbar. Another one is the plank, arms directly over your shoulders, nice and perpendicular. And you want to tighten your core, keep your hips up and not too high, right? You don't want to be here, you want to be in that sweet spot right there. I see a lot of people dropping their hips, or they're way up here, and now we're doing a shoulder exercise and less of a core workout. So you get into that plank, activate your core, and you should be able to put a plank on your back. Someone should be able to rest like dinner set on top of your back and it's nice and straight, right? So those are the 3 things in the gym that I see the most often. The lumbar curve, lower back, bending that instead of activating the core, keeping that nice and straight and strong. Using dumbbells improperly, like doing an improper arm curl, bringing the arm forward to do the curl instead of the elbow, bringing the elbow forward instead of the arm in a curl, and picking up weights to do squats instead of squatting to pick up the weight to do squats, right? Bending that lower back to pick things up instead of using proper lifting techniques that you use to do your lifts, right? So those are the 3 things that I see most often in the gym. And I hope you have a good one.